Why most businesses fail. So why most businesses fail? I'll share a story with you. Many years ago when I first met my mentor, and I was telling him about all these businesses that I had started. I said, hey, Alan, I started all these businesses and somehow, I don't know, man, I'm not making enough money, I'm struggling. I don't know why. My customers, they're like cheap, they're very difficult to deal with, and oh man, I don't know, the economy, it kind of sucks, and I think I pay too much in taxes. I was rambling on and complaining and bitching about all these things, and he said, stop. I said, what? He said, stop. I said, what do you mean? He said, stop. He said, it's very simple, Dan. Let me teach you something. He said, if your business sucks, it's because as a business person, you suck. I said, what? No, I work hard. I said, I was very defensive. I was like, I learned and I try to do my best and try to serve my customers. He said, no, you suck as a business person. He said, if you got sales problem, it means you suck as a salesperson. If you got employee problem, it means it sucks that you are a manager and a business leader. It's very, very simple. He said, remember this, your business is always a reflection of you. Your business is always a reflection of you. Nothing more. So if you think about it, why most businesses fail? I think why most businesses fail is because the reason, the intent, most people, they start the businesses for the wrong reason. They start the business because they want to get out of a job. They start a business because they want to make money, of course. Nothing wrong with that. They start a business because they think maybe there's an opportunity. It sounds like it's easier to make money. It's not. And it started for the wrong reason. Versus they see a need in the marketplace, there's a skill, there's expertise, there's some value they could bring to that particular industry. Right? There's something that you could bring. So think about it. It's like think of starting a business like flying a plane. And you can't just say, well, I'm passionate, I have a great idea, let me fly that plane. Well, have you fly a plane before? No. Do you know how to fly a plane? No. Do you know where you're going? No. But it looks like fun. Let me get on a plane. What are the chances of you crashing? Very high. And that's why statistics shows 90% of small business fail in the first 5 years. Even the ones who survive after 5 years, most of them don't pass the $1 million mark. They're just kind of surviving. And that's why people go into business for the wrong reason, and they go into business without the proper training, without the skills. I could tell you when I had all those failures, when I started all these crazy businesses, and why they failed, it's not because the vehicle, it's because of me as a business person, that I didn't have the business acumen, I didn't have the business experience, I didn't know anything about leadership, marketing, sales, negotiation, raising capital, any of these skills I have today. So everything I did, it didn't work because I was a lousy business person. I sucked as a business person. But I learned from my mistakes, and that's the good thing about business. You could suck many, many, many years. When you get better, you learn from it, you suck less. And when you practice and you dust yourself out, you learn from mistakes, you suck even a little less. Until one day you wake up, you say, you know what, I don't suck no more. And one win in business can make up for a lot of losses. One win can make up for all your losses. You can pay off all your debt and you can make a lot of money with just the right idea, the right time with the right people. So that's why you have to have business training. You cannot just say, I'm going to fly a plane. Of course, that's dangerous. Of course, the failure rate is high. Of course, you're going to crash. But if you go in with the proper mindset and you get proper training, if you're going to fly a plane, well, learn how does this work? How do you read the dials? How do you read those financial statements? How do you work with people? How do you take off? How do you land safely? How do you do all these things? How do you control? What kind of, like all these things you learn, all the business skill that you need learned. Once you develop that, then what happens is whatever skills that you've learned as a business person, it would get transferred to another industry. It would get transferred. And that's why now I could start one business, and in whatever industry I can start another business in a totally different sector. They would be successful, not because of just the industry, because my skill as a businessman, I can it gets transferred. It's the same skill that could get transferred. Once I know how to quote unquote like fly a plane or drive a car, well, yeah, I can drive a Bentley, I could drive a SUV, I could drive a sport car. Maybe there's some differences. Maybe, you know, it's a little bit different, the feel of driving, but pretty much where you turn the engine, maybe it's a little bit different, but most of those driving skill, it would be applied. That's the best metaphor to give you. Once you know how to drive, once you know how to build a company, it's kind of the same. Little bit difference, maybe the chair's a bit different, maybe, you know, a little bit different from different things, but most of the time, that skill gets transferred. The last reason why I believe most business fail is the business owner himself or herself, they don't know how to close. They don't know how to sell. They may be very passionate about an idea, they might be very creative, they may be inventor, or they may be, they have some relationships that could start the business, but they don't have a skill, they don't have the ability to close, to persuade and convince. The ability to close is the number one skill that you need in business. And that's what I teach. The number one skill you need in business, because everything you want in terms of resources, capital, employee, every single day you're closing. You're talking with a vendor, you're negotiating, you're closing. You are motivating employees, trying to sell them your vision, you're closing. You are talking with customers, you're closing. You're talking vendor, you're closing. Every single day you're closing. Without that ability, the business won't work. They don't know how to produce revenue. When you don't know how to close, you don't know how to produce revenue. Remember this, whoever can make it rain controls the game. Whoever can make it rain controls the game. So if you don't know how to make it rain, you don't know how to bring in revenue, you don't know how to generate sales, your business will struggle. I've never seen a company that go out of business because of too much revenue. I'll say it again. I've never seen a company that goes out of business because of too much revenue. It's always a lack of revenue that the owner is very good at what they do, they're very talented, they're very passionate, they might even have expertise and experience, but they can't close worth of shit. They can't close. They don't know how to generate revenue. If you know how to generate revenue, your business is fine. Then you can bring on the people. Then you can bring on talents. Then you can bring on a team. So the number one thing you got to figure out in your business, the number one key is you got to figure out your optimal selling strategy. What is the optimal selling strategy? It means how can you make that first profitable sale? That's the number one focus you need. Not how do I make the greatest gadget, how do I make the greatest thing, how do I deliver the greatest program? No. How can you make that first profitable sale? How can you make that first profitable sale? When you can do that, you can make that first sale profitably, meaning let's say the sale is a $10,000 sale, and you can make the sale by spending $1,000 or $2,000 to acquire that customer, you've got a business. Predictably. Until you figure a way to consistently and predictably make that first profitable sale, you don't have a fucking business. You have a hobby. You have a dream. You might hope, oh, maybe someone would send me referral. Maybe someone would hire me. Maybe when I put my name out there, someday someone would call me. That's not a business. You must have a predictable and consistent way of making their first profitable sale. You look at most businesses that fail. You look at most people out there, you ask them this question, do you have a predictable way of making your first profitable sale? They'll look at you, blank. Like what? Huh? What? Huh? What? They cannot even answer that question. If you can answer that question and you can execute it and you can do it, your success rate just goes through the roof. Now, then the next question is only once you can make the first profitable sale, now it's how you scale it. where can I advertise more? Where can I market more? How can I bring on better people to help me sell more of this and close more? That first profitable sale. But most people don't think about that. They think about how can I make this better? Who cares about making this better? No one's buying a shit. How can I be better? Yeah, be better, but here's the thing. If you just focus on being better, you're not working with clients, how are you gonna get better? If you're a coach, if you're not coaching, how are you gonna get better? You first gotta work with clients, so get experience, get real world experience. That's how you get better, right? So first, profitable sale. Your optimal selling strategy is the most important thing. And that's why most businesses fail. They have no clarity, the owner has no skill, they don't know how to close, can't sell worth the shit, and they don't have an optimal selling strategy. They only focus on the thing, the gadget, whatever the thing is, and that's why they fail. They are lousy business people. They are lousy business people. And you have no right. You can blame, you can say, oh yeah, I tried my best. That doesn't matter. You don't know how to drive, you try to drive a car, you're gonna crash. But when you learn that, when you know the skill, when you can master the business skill, when you have the optimal selling strategy, when you have clarity, now you can deliver value. Now you can build something beyond yourself. You can extend just the value that you deliver beyond than just one person, because now you're a business owner. You're thinking like a business owner, a true business owner, and that's how you make your business successful. So, any other questions about business? Love the question. Comment below. If it's a good question, I'll answer it next time on my way somewhere. And turn on notification, hit the bell, subscribe to my channel. Check out my other videos on the right as well. We have a lot of videos for you, a lot of business videos. And I want you to watch those videos because chances are the questions that you have, they're in those videos. Check out those videos. It's fucking free. It's free. I'm doing this to help your business. I don't make money from this. Watch those videos, learn something and help yourself, and hopefully your success rate is higher. Until next time, I'll see you in my belly.